Hey everybody, Gears here, and I keep forgetting to do printouts of my concept work to bring them here so I can talk about them. I'm going to have to do that fairly soon because I got to start sculpting. The car itself, you've got your flat back windshield, the trunk deck, and then the back bumper, right? So I'm going to be taking all of the window out. I'm going to probably using some of the trunk space and maybe even a dash of the back, so that I would actually be creating a piece that's something like this, or from the side view, something like that. The N1 Starfighter side view, you've got basically a waterline, cockpit, droid slot, and then that tapers down. This shape is basically a cylinder. So if we look at that from a 3/4 view, it's this. The R2 slot here becomes a perpendicular cylinder going through it like that. Where these two shapes meet, there's going to be a little curve down the side there, and it'll raise to the top of this cylinder, and this is the shape that I'm looking to recreate. So from the side it should look something like this, and from the front and back it should look something like that. Alright, so you got your cross cylinder here, intersecting it there. And there's a cross cylinder as well. So you're just taking that gouge out. How this is going to apply to the car is a little, not tricky, but if we take a look at the side of the car, you got your roof here, a generic slope for the hatchback, the trunk, and the back. What I'm thinking is, and because this raises, I have to watch the angle so that I cannot put the cylinder here too close, otherwise it will interfere with the hatch raising. So I have to watch that. So putting the cylinder just a little further back, bringing that down, then on the N1, that's a side view for example, the back view of the N1 is something of a slope. Or even something like this. And you got your droid slot there, up there. Yeah? Can you guys see that in there? So, if we go to a 3/4 view, oh, and here, so we'll keep here. The side view, it's got that big crest that goes down, so I'm thinking something like this, and this is obviously not to scale. I'm also thinking to do a spoiler, a monopod spoiler to duplicate the look of the nacelles on the front. So if we think of the front of the ship, you got that big wedge there, nacelles like that, nacelles there, that wing comes across, the body emanates from it, you got the cockpit here, the droid slot, and then that long tail. I'm not going to be able to do the long tail on mine because that's illegal for driving purposes, and I have no storage space inside the car to be able to bring it along to events and simply attach it. So that's going to be out. However, I can duplicate these guys and that wing, and what I'm thinking is to have a wing like this, essentially, have, or rather a strut like that, the wing here, and then the pods there. So the car itself, got the roof, R2, a little dip, that dip there, let's see, there, here, and like that. Then the strut would come up something like this and brace on the back. The wing would be something like this, and then the actual pod would be a little something like that with a detachable back so that I can drive like this, but when I do events I put that little trumpet horn thing on and I can extend it. Does any of that make sense? It probably will with Photoshop work, and maybe I should have just waited for that to get this done. But preliminarily, this is what it's going to look like. And then I suppose from the top, it would be the two bullets of the nacelles with the wing, like that, the droid slot here, something like that there, and the full window shape here. The nacelles cannot go past the mirrors on the car, is one limitation, nor can they go past the bumper at the end. So apart from those two restrictions, there's pretty much anything you can do. Everything else would be a height issue for bridges, and we're going to be nowhere near one of them. Of course, being a wing, this is going to be potentially dangerous. So I'm going to have to really think about how I secure it, what I put in there, such as like a window mesh, so that if it does get broken, it will still have that mesh underneath. I'm thinking some steel cables routed through hollow channels from the inside the trunk all the way up through the strut into the wing, and then securing somewhere inside the nacelle so that if one does fall loose, it'll dangle. There's a couple other security issues that I'm thinking about too. Security in terms of peace of mind, the thing doesn't fly off and kill somebody. Security, not whether someone can steal it or not. The only way to steal this thing is going to be to either break into the car and steal the car, or to just smash it and destroy it. So if they smash and destroy it, well, have fun, I guess, right? So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. See ya.